Alright guys, here we are, we're back. Got the GoPro out again. You're gonna look at me and you gotta actually look at me this time. Not used to that. Anyway, today we're gonna talk about the 70 all fuel in progress. Last night I messed up. I was working on it. It's back here in the back. And I didn't bring the camera with me, like, oh well. So anyway, I'm gonna go over a couple things about how I put the crank in it and a few other things and go from there. Kind of walk over here and show you it, kind of in the background there. So yeah. So I guess I'm gonna talk about putting the crank in, why I did some painting on it, what all we're doing to it, and go from there. So here we are, back at the 70 project. As you can see, there is some fresh paint. The block was bare metal, that's why I had to get it painted. It should be dry. I think I got the last coat on it, so we should be done with that. I also painted the tub. I don't think I'm gonna regret it. I don't know, it's rattle can John Deere green, classic green. But my logic behind that was, if I paint the tub of the tractor, if I ever do paint this tractor, which I need to talk with Grandpa what he wants me to do too, because if Grandpa wants it painted, I'm just gonna have to paint it for Grandpa. So I thought everything underneath the engine will at least be done, so that'll never have to come apart again. So we got the crank on, it turns over and everything. I have not got to the flywheel yet. Last night at 1:30 I decided it was time to go to sleep. But anyway, I got to torque these. We got this in. So we had a long bolt here, and a buddy of mine, he guided this side. We got it in there, put the bearing on, got it in there. We guided it in, and then we had to line up the timing gears. If we turn this over, should be able to turn it over. See that right? Ooh, I don't know if I can hold it. Right there is a timing mark. That lines up with, I doubt if you guys will be able to see it. Oh, well, yeah, you ain't gonna be able to see it. There's a timing mark on that groove as well, or on that gear as well. And that lines up. That's your camshaft. He's got brand new bearings in there and everything. So that timing gear lines up your crank with the cam, which drives off the governor, which your ignition system drives off the governor. So we got that all put back together. And I've got these bolts on. I haven't torqued them yet. I had to hand make a gasket for this. Guess I got it over here. I should have filmed this part with my phone and mixed it in there, but this gasket here was not available from Deere. So what I did, I laid it down onto that piece, and I took a ball peen hammer and I just used the ball peen hammer and the shear, or the sharp edge of the bearing housing, and I just tapped on it and cut that new bearing out. And then I cut these little slugs out, just turned the ball peen hammer up and hit them. So I know I should have filmed that. That was I should have filmed that, because that would have been an awesome learning experience. So anyway, so I had to make that gasket. So far what I need to do is I need to torque these bolts to spec. I have to look in my book about that. I got this seal installed. I think I need to set it a little deeper. I need to read my book about that. And I need to wire these, and I need to put the oil thingy, I don't know what you want to call that. I need to bolt it back up. I think now at this point we're ready to install this gear. I need to read the book on that as well. I got the rods all cleaned up. I'm waiting on bearings for that. And we walk back here. I gotta torque these to whatever they call that for, and these as well. Got the oil slinger in and all the brand new thrust bearings. So I'm going to, after I get done rambling, I'm going to give this another coat of paint, because it's a little see-through right now. Yeah, I taped all this off so the top would be all old paint. So look down in there. It's the crankshaft of a John Deere 70 all fuel. I think all 70s, or no, all 70s except the diesel is the same. Pile of parts there, gaskets. So got the book here. Just trying to fumble through it and get that all figured out. Next I need to rebuild the governor here, but I'm not going to do that until I basically get all of the engine kind of buttoned up to get the dirt sealed out of it. So, well, I guess I can show you how I pounded that out. So anyway, we go back to this gasket. I forgot that I had this. What I did, I traced this ID from this gasket onto our gasket paper, and then I laid the gasket paper over here, and then I lined everything up. This was a sheet, and then I took the ball peen hammer and I laid it over one hole, and I put one hammer in and I cracked it, and that pierced the one hole out. And then I just took the hammer, I don't have one here, and I just tapped it all around all the edge, and then that sheared it out. So that's the old one. It was stripped, so I had to replace it. These are the old bearing housings. You can see seal's still in there and everything, but I had to get a new crank, and these bearings are basically shot, like really shot. So, and there's the old seal, so little gasket for that surface. So yeah. So I got all that installed. So we're ready to move to the next thing. So, and this is the old cam. This is a good cam core. I just decided to buy a new cam and get it ground. I had Josh Blackburn grind the cam for me, and it is also installed. So I guess to go back to it, I did lube all the bearing surfaces up with engine assembly lube before I started putting it together. So that's all done. So, but got a lot more cleaning to do on this side. I wanted to get this hole buttoned up since I had the crankcase like pretty cleaned out. So yeah. So the 70's coming together. I'm hoping this thing's gonna be running here very shortly. Hopefully, maybe this afternoon I'll come back over here if I can't paint. There's like a wind tunnel out there, and get some painting done. So got more primer laid out for the 806. Obviously there's some John Deere parts involved in this as well. The front tires are for the 70. Rims and a couple other stuff. The rest is 806. So got these wheels already, and here is the 806 that's basically ready to receive some parts and then receive a lot of paint. So yeah, that's the update. Just wanted to fill you guys all in on the 70. Yeah, you can hear it. It's windy. Way too windy to paint, and that thing's hogging the paint booth, so I'm gonna try my best to keep the GoPro with me and probably try to time lapse putting the block and stuff in. I'm just not good at filming. I get all caught up and I get rolling and then I forget, so I will try to do better. So anyway, I guess that is probably plenty of rambling for the time. So we will catch you guys on the next one.